Cylinder. This is my daughter Chelsea Cylinder. And today we're here to talk about 3 new comedies that are currently playing in the theaters. 2 of them are out-and-out comedies, and the third one is August Osage County, which is being sold as a comedy in all of the ads, but isn't really a comedy, yet it is very funny. The other 2 are out-and-out comedies, Anchorman 2 and The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Anchorman 2 is a sequel to Anchorman, obviously, and Anchorman is a movie that was consistently funny, something that Anchorman 2 is not. Anchorman 2, for me, felt very forced in a lot of spots. It has a lot of laughs in it. Steve Carell is very funny, and I enjoyed it. But there's no reason for this movie to be 2 hours, and it certainly would have benefited by being only a 90-minute movie, and it just doesn't have the exuberance of the first movie. What do you think?
I agree with that for the most part. I'm a huge fan of Anchorman. I think that movie is completely hilarious. And so, I had really high expectations of Anchorman 2, which I think most people who are fans of Anchorman had. I don't think the film necessarily felt forced, but I do think it was too long and unnecessarily so. I agree, the movie could have been 90 minutes easily. There are a lot of spots where you're just sitting and watching, and after a while you're just like, okay, this is unnecessary, let's move on, let's get to the next thing. But that being said, I was laughing hysterically throughout much of the movie. Steve Carell is hilarious. Reprising his role as Brick is so funny. I love that character. But yeah, the movie was really funny. I really liked it. I think it's definitely worth seeing.
Well, no, I think it's definitely worth seeing too, and I enjoyed it. Secret Life of Walter Mitty is a film that at first surprised me in that it is not the homogenized Christmas blockbuster that you come to expect from Ben Stiller, a la something like A Night at the Museum. This film actually is a quirky movie, and it actually feels like there's a director present. In this case, the director is Ben Stiller. And it starts off as a pretty interesting movie, but it kind of, for me, lost its way midway and never really regained its way, at least not for me. I thought it was kind of long and drawn out, and I'd say kudos to the fact that he tried to make an interesting movie, but it just didn't work for me.
Yeah, it didn't really work for me either. I'd say, if somebody asked me, is this film worth seeing, I honestly would say, I'd pick another movie. I'd pick many other movies before that movie. I don't know, I wasn't really laughing. I don't think it was a bad movie, and I do appreciate what he was trying to do, because I think he, especially for the first half, or maybe, no, I think it was before halfway that it kind of lost me, but I'd say maybe the first third, it was quirky and it was enjoyable because it was something different, and then it just got too long, again, unnecessarily so. Apparently that's a theme with comedies this year.
Yeah, this year. It's a theme with movies in general. They're all too long.
Yeah, that's kind of
generally
true.
Speaking. But the third movie that we're going to talk about, August Osage County, actually suffers from being, for me, it's a movie I really like, but it suffers from being too short. It's based on a play that I really like, and everybody liked that play. It won a Pulitzer Prize and a Tony Award, and it's a terrific play. And that play was 3 hours. Now, it's true that you probably don't want to make a movie of this you probably don't want to make a 3-hour movie out of this, but as a 2-hour movie, I just felt somewhat shortchanged. The characters seemed to have a lot more substance in the play, and it might not even be that they're any better written than they are in the movie. It's just that when you spend more time with the characters, as you do in the play, they really, seem to take on a lot more heft than they do in the movie. Meryl Streep is terrific in the movie.
As always.
And Julia Roberts is tremendous in the movie. And the movie is like a master class in acting. It's watching one great actor try and outact the other actor. And so just from an acting standpoint, it's terrific. The supporting cast is great, too. Margot Martindale is fabulous. And I really enjoyed this movie. I also had some problems with the movie in that they tried to open it up a little too much. The director, John Wells, was concerned, I'm sure, about the claustrophobia of keeping it in the house, which is where the entire play is set. And as such, he opens up the play and moves it into places like cars, so that key scenes are exposition of key scenes happen in cars or outdoors, and I thought it kind of took away from the film rather than added to it.
So you'd like it to be more claustrophobic?
I think yes, and I think maybe a better director could have just kept it in the house and not made you feel that it was claustrophobic. In the play, the house is actually one of the central characters of along with the characters, the play is the house is a central character. That said, the movie is just fabulously entertaining, and I thought it was one of the better movies of the year. In fact, it's on my 10 best list. I would highly recommend it. I think you'll have a great time with it, and the writing is great, and I just really like it. How about you?
I really liked it as well. I don't have the play to compare it to because I've never seen the play, but so I personally did not think that it felt too short. But I agree. Masterclass in acting. Everybody's amazing. It's so enjoyable to watch. The writing's great. It's really humorous. I think I know for sure I was laughing more during August Osage County than in Walter Mitty.
Oh, me too.
But I think it's very interesting how it's being advertised as a comedy.
Yeah, all the ads are selling it as a comedy.
Yeah, and it's not. It's about a dysfunctional family. It's a really serious subject, and it's just very interesting how they chose to convey a serious subject humorously. But I think it worked really well, and it's very enjoyable. Definitely go see it.
I agree. It's the most entertaining of the three comedies, if we want to call that a comedy. It's the most entertaining of the three. And that's all I have to say. Do you have anything else?
I think that's it.
Well, in that case, we won't bore you any longer. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you at the movies.
And give us your feedback on what you think
Oh,
of
yeah,
those
please
movies.
do. I'm Alan Cylinder.
And I'm Chelsea Cylinder.
See you soon.
Bye.